Hey YouTube, how's it going? This is Domog. I hope you're well. And if you're a Virtua Fighter fan, you're probably doing pretty well. We had quite the weekend. We got a beta drop for VF5 R.E.V.O, the PC port of Ultimate Showdown. We got a brand new Virtua Fighter announced. That's going to be coming around in the next few years. And we got a balance update for Ultimate Showdown. And that balance update is also in R.E.V.O. And you guys already know what I'm going to be talking about. We're going to be talking about the Leon changes. We're going to look at his balance notes, and we're going to see what changed. What got better, what got worse. First up in his list of changes is PP4P. They fixed an issue where, under certain circumstances, the opponent would have unintended recovery. Now, I haven't used this move a lot, but when it hit, it just hit. I'm guessing it was in this rare circumstance where if that third hit, like they wouldn't get stunned properly. Next up is PKP. They changed to allow crouching while guarding from the side instead of being put in a guard string. So before, if you were guarding it from the side, you'd be jailed into standing guard. But now they made it so if you're guarding it, you could just duck it mid-string. So that is a nerf on his part, but it's good for the balance of the game, in my opinion. So we're going to take a look at that. Yeah, see? I could just duck right after that first hit if I'm guarding. And if it'll work for the second hit too. Yeah, so that's pretty nice. There we go. Next up is 6P. They changed the recovery on hit against crouching opponents from +6 to +7 frames, and they say it unifies with counter hit frames. So now, if you're just doing a normal hit and they're crouching with 6P, you could get +7 instead of +6. So I think that's actually in line with the counter hit frames. Yeah, it is. Next up is 6P. They extended the active frames of the hitbox from 3 to 7 frames, so that's good. The timing doesn't have to be as tight to hit them with that. So that's pretty cool. Next up is 214P. That's a Sabaki attack. It got a buff and a nerf. So now it can crumple on counter hit, like recovery counter hit, like this. Now it crumples like that. And that's pretty good. That's pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. But they also made the recovery on guard from -8 to -10. So that means it is throw punishable. Yeah, -10, you see? So, yeah, there we go. So before, like -8, you weren't like guaranteed to be thrown, but now you are. So just be careful if you're throwing that out. Next up is 3PP. Like the last one, this also has 2 changes to it, one good, one bad. They changed to hit repeatedly on a side hit, but they also changed the recovery on guard from -10 to -13. So if you hit them with the first hit, the second hit should connect if you're on their side. And if they guard it, it's no longer just throw punishable. Now your opponent could get a 13 frame punish, which is riskier, of course. So definitely keep that in mind with this one. But we're going to try to guard in the middle of the string. No. Nope. Nope. So I believe both of those hits are guaranteed if the first one connects. But right now I'm guarding it there. Yeah. On the other hand, if you guard it, it is now -13. So you definitely want to be careful. Be careful with this move. Next up is 8K. They added 1 frame to the total recovery frames on normal hit. So I think before, in certain cases, you could get like a little small combo on normal hit with 8K. The fact that you had a safe mid like this that could combo for like a little bit of damage. But now, like, I can't get anything on normal hit. Another nerf he got, unfortunately, was to the second hit of that attack, 8KK. It now went from -4 to -8 on block. So it was a move that you could duck and punish, but at least he could just like fuzzy guard out of it. But now you can't even do that. If they block it, you kind of just have to respect their follow-up. You kind of have to respect what they're going to do out of that. Like, see? -8. That's pretty nuts. It's a pretty significant change, in my opinion. He also got another nerf, this time to one of his knockdown attacks that also combos P+K. It's going from -6 to -8. So this isn't something he could have fuzzied out of, but now -8, he has to respect the opponent's choices a little bit more. And again, that's probably a fair change because -6, like, it's still Nitaku, but you can take a little bit more chances. Now you can't take as many chances. Next up is a move he already had, but it has a new command to it. It's half circle punch plus kick. It's that little side turning mid. Now it used to be 6 P+K, but that doesn't do anything anymore. Only P+K will come out. And they changed it so you could do this attack while you're in a crouched state. Say you blocked a low attack and you want to come back and hit him with that. Like, not that. That. You want to hit him with that. But you weren't able to do it from a crouch state because all that would come out is his mid poke, because that's full crouch, forward P+K. But now you could just block a low attack, say go like that, and then you could hit him with that if you wanted to. Next up, we actually got a small buff for him, the 6/6 P+KP. This string on guard, they now get pushed back farther than they did before. That's pretty good because Leon already wants to control the space in the ring, and that helps him do that even better. And they also changed the recovery on guard from -6 to -5. So at -5, you're at that fuzzy guard range. You're right at that limit. You could just fuzzy guard and block their mid or their throw. That's pretty cool, man. That's a very welcome change. I'm very happy about that one. Next up, we have one of his string attacks, 4/6 P+K, P, 2 or 8 P. So that's a spinning punch. Before it was -1 on block, but now it's +4. So that's pretty funny. Now, this isn't a move you just want to throw out all the time because you can still duck and punish it. It is a high attack, and it does come out kind of slow, but the fact that they made it +4 is pretty funny. I think they want people to use it a little bit more. It is nice to have that +4 there in case you do pull the trigger on it. Next up is a 4/4 P+K. Like the first one that was in this list, there were some rare circumstances where this stun wouldn't happen, I guess, and they recovered out of it too quickly, or they just didn't get stunned. I'm thinking that's the case. I didn't see it a lot, but now if it hits him, and he gets stunned. Next up is 1K plus GP. They made it so that if you blocked the first hit on the side, you can now stand up and block the second hit. They also changed the recovery frames from -8 to -6 on guard and +2 to +4 on hit, which is pretty nice. We're going to test that out right now. Yep. I believe before you would be trapped in like a crouch state if you blocked this. But now you can block it both hits, even if you block that first one. So that's pretty good. Next up is 3 or 9 P+K plus GP. They changed it so instead of +6 on counter hit, it is now +8. So that's pretty nice. I like that. Especially because I like that move. I like that move to set up like Oki stuff. Next up, 3 or 9 P+K plus GK. They changed the damage from 16 to 23, so it got a damage buff. That's pretty cool. Next up is 3 or 9 P+K plus G, P+K. This is that like spinning poke attack. They made it so instead of -4 on guard, it's now +2. So it sounds like the VF team really wants people to use this move. It was kind of too risky to really use, but now it's kind of funny. I like it. I like the change. Next up, we got some returning moves. So his old 4K and 4KP are gone. Now it's his old 4K and 4KP. It recovers a little bit faster. The 4K recovers a little bit faster because this is his old animation. It recovered faster than his newer one. And I will show you guys that there are some combo routes with this new move. There's another combo you can do with his like little flippy throw where you could just do this. I like that. I like that it opens up some new combo routes. Next up, it's another old move coming back. It's 9K plus G. And that knocks down like that. It knocks down like this. So you get similar combo routes out of it, but he does start back turned. You can guard out of it, so you could do like the back turn K instantly and get more of a follow-up for his combo like this. You could do that, but you could also do his follow-ups 9K plus GP, or you could do 9K plus GK, which is like a low kick. Next up is quite a big nerf, actually, because this was a nice little counter tool for people who were ducking his guard break. Tourou Soufu P. They changed the damage from 20 to 16, so it's weaker. They added 2 frames of recovery to it, and they also changed the recovery on guard from -4 to -6. So now it's -6, so you can't fuzzy after that, unfortunately. And on hit, you're only -3 now, and you're not +1 anymore. You're not even plus on hit. Next up is Tourou Soufu P+K. They changed the hit effect so that it'll side turn on hit. Leon loves the side turn game, so that's very welcome. On top of that, they changed the damage from 18 to 24, so it hits a little harder. And they also changed the recovery on hit from +4 to +7. It shows +9 there because he got side turned, but when you're flipping him to the front like that, it's +7. Next up is his guard break, his very valuable tool, Tourou Soufu P+K. Unfortunately, they added 3 frames to his recovery, so if you make them whiff this, he's even more vulnerable. That's fair, though, because it's a very good guard break, and I think it'll make him a little bit more honest with it. Next up is Tourou Teihozen P. So on guard, it's going from -2 to +1. Also on hit, it went from +3 to +5. Now we got Tourou Teihozen PP. They made this attack a special high instead of a high. Also, they changed the recovery from -6 to -3 on guard. And then they changed the recovery from -2 to +1 on normal hit. I think for the Teihozen changes, they really want people to use that punch string a little bit more. I think their goal is to see this more in a mix-up strategy, possibly, because he has like a low attack out of it. Almost nobody uses the punch string, so I could see why they wanted that change for the frames. Next up is 6P+G. They changed his frame advantage from +10 to +11, so that's pretty good. Next up is another returning classic move, 66P+G. His little get out of here type throw, where he just spins him out of his life. And it doesn't just look cool, it's also very damaging when you're against a wall. Next up is 61P+G. They shortened the active time on the catch throw, so it's more easily dodgeable when they're in a crouched state. It used to be that, like, you would see this a lot on, like, wake-up strategies. Like, they would try to catch a wake-up opponent with this, but if they weren't ducking at the right time, they could get caught. But now they made it so it's easier to duck it. Next up is his wall throw. It used to be 66P+G, but now it's half circle 6P+G. Now they made it so it's even stronger. It used to be 70 damage, but now it's 75 damage. That's pretty good. I like that. And it's just a cool throw to look at, too. And the final change in his notes is the same throw we just talked about, but it's for the half wall. That's my favorite throw in this game. It's so nutty. So thanks for watching. Let me know if I messed anything up here. I'm not a VF expert. I'm just a very big fan of the game, and I'm a big fan of Leon. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.